Last May, a fisherman in Papua New Guinea went out hunting for a shark. But instead of coming home with fish to feed his family, he returned with an unexpected catch, a $50 million worth of cocaine. The fisherman was working in the waters near an uninhabited atoll close to his home island of Budi Budi, off the eastern coast of the country, when he found a piece of rope. Following it, he found a disturbing patch of sand, and buried in the sand were 11 black duffel bags filled with bars of white powder. Hello everyone, welcome back to World of China, a channel to explore the real China. In today's video, we're talking about the captain of a Chinese ship that fled Australia shot by Papua New Guinea, which ship was carrying cocaine worth $600 million. For the full story, stay tuned with us and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Security experts have warned a $200 million Chinese-built fisheries plant proposed for a Papua New Guinean island on Australia's border could be exploited as a cover by transnational organized crime network to smuggle drugs, weapons, and people. The PNG island of Daru, where the fish processing plant is proposed to be built, is just 50 kilometers from Australia's Saibai Island in the Torres Straits. It is one of the string of bizarre stories that have emerged with the rise of drug trafficking through the Pacific. A multi-billion-dollar industry that involves cocaine and meth being packed into the hulls of yachts in the US, Latin America, and China and sailed to Australia and New Zealand via island nations including Fiji, Tonga, and New Caledonia. As part of the investigation into the route, bizarre stories have emerged, tales of pigeons bumping into huge underwater storage nets filled with cocaine while out on boat trips, and of cocaine washing up in a remote island where locals initially mistook it for washing powder. But the Budi Budi story, which was first reported outside PNG by the Australian, is the first of its kind for Papua New Guinea, says Constable Augustine Begin from the Milne Bay Province Police, who was called out to the remote island to investigate last May. The fisherman didn't know he had dug up cocaine with an Australian street value of about $50 million. Neither he nor his community had heard of the drug before. They were all afraid to touch the powder, fearing it would harm them. Quote, they thought it was poisonous, Begin says. Begin says the PNG Navy sent out a boat and after a week hunting the vessel, tracked it down on the water. By the time the police arrived, 3 or 4 days after the original radio call from the villagers, the gang and the drugs had gone. Begin says, quote, when they found the boat, it wasn't traveling. It was floating. They said they had a problem with the engines. Police and Navy arrested the men, but the gang members had booby-trapped the boat, filling it with petrol, which made it too noxious to search. Police tried towing it, but it was too heavy. The 7 men involved were each convicted of drug trafficking and sentenced to 18 months in prison. They were released from jail on June 17th and deported to Hong Kong and Montenegro. One was wanted by Interpol. Begin is not sure what became of the cocaine. He says, quote, I'm not sure whether they collected the cocaine from the boat. The press contacted the PNG Royal Constabulary, the National Maritime Safety Authority of PNG, and the Australian Federal Police for comment, but none could confirm what had happened to the drugs. Begin's understanding is that the boat was never able to be fully searched, and as it was too heavy to pull to the mainland, it still sits, heavy and toxic with oil, grounded on the reef. Papua New Guinea and Australian police have linked the black ship blocked by the PNG Navy north of Kavieng, New Ireland last Saturday to a drug haul valued at 626 million New Zealand dollars in Australian waters, a senior official said. Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations Donald Yamasombi told The National that the Australian Police and Border Authorities and the PNG Police believe it was the vessel that took bags of cocaine and floated them to a commercial fishing vessel, Coraline, near Lord Howe Island in Australia. The boat is alleged to be the boat that took the cocaine and transferred it to an Australian commercial fishing vessel, he said. Yamasombi said they were trying to piece together all the information and collate evidence, which they find very little of on board the vessel now anchored at Kavieng Port. It is a black ship. It doesn't have a name and has no markings, he said. On August 15th, a joint operation by the Australian Federal Police or AFP, the New South Wales Police Force or NSWPF, and the Australian Border Force or ABF seized 1.8 tons of cocaine from a boat off the coast of Newcastle, just north of Sydney. The largest seizure of its kind in Australia to date, the cocaine would have had a potential street value of approximately 850 million Australian dollars. Australian law enforcement was first alerted to the boat's activities by New Zealand intelligence on August 11th. According to a statement, The ABF's Maritime Border Command located the suspicious foreign vessel as it entered Australian waters. Investigators in Philadelphia continued to search the cargo ship, where they found more than 17 tons of cocaine Tuesday in what's being called one of the biggest drug busts in U.S. history. Officials told CBS News there could be 30 tons more on board. What they've found so far amounts to more than 34,000 pounds of cocaine with a street value of over $1 billion. Officials say 7 containers on the cargo ship were carrying the drugs. The ship's second mate and a crew member have been arrested and charged, admitting they helped load the cocaine onto the ship for more than a dozen other boats while at sea. The Embassy Guyane had traveled from Chile to Peru, heading from Panama and the Bahamas before docking in Philadelphia. It was on its way to the Netherlands next. The ship is owned by the Mediterranean Shipping Company, which said in a statement that unfortunately, shipping companies are from time to time affected by trafficking problems. Embassy has a long-standing history of cooperating with law enforcement. Law enforcement is expected to give more information Thursday after a search of containers on the ship is complete. This isn't a rare incident. Just 2 weeks earlier, a Cessna light plane overloaded with half a ton of cocaine crashed while attempting to take off from a remote airstrip just outside of Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea. Local police seized the cocaine and later arrested and charged an Australian man who was piloting the flight. The AFP later confirmed they were aware of the pilot's intention to fly the load back to Australia and had a dozen agents on the tarmac at an airport in Queensland awaiting his arrival. The Chinese captain, who carried 1.8 tons of cocaine to the Australian coast, unloaded a record value of the drug to a smaller trawler and fled Australian waters, but was recently intercepted by a naval patrol boat in Papua New Guinea in an attempt to escape and was captured by the chute. Police said the carrier earlier this month removed $1,900 a kilo of cocaine bricks worth more than $600 million on the streets near Lord Howe Island to the Coraline Red Trawler, which was picked up from Newcastle, New York drug departure. A few days ago, a 45-meter-long mothership was spotted on the coastal of Noumea, the capital of New Caledonia, heading to Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea sent naval patrol boats to intercept. When the ship tried to escape the patrol boat, Pakistani Navy soldiers hit the satellite navigation system on the ship, and the captain was hit by the buttock bullet. He has been taken to the Kavian Town Hospital in Pakistan for medical treatment in the past 24 hours. The funny thing is, there was no fish, no fishing equipment, and no name on board, said an Australian law enforcement official. On August 15th, the anti-narcotics operation codenamed Star Nemesis was closed, and the New State Marine Corps storm boat, carrying special police officers, intercepted and boarded the Coraline trawler, arresting 2 New State men and a Chinese man. According to the police, people on the fishing boat tried to burn and destroy the fishing boat. The red boat was eventually towed back to Sydney Harbor. Authorities for the drug were seized. Chen Manhua, a 41-year-old Chinese man on a trawler, Manhua Chan, and 2 Sydney youths, Prika, Christopher Prika, 27, and Giles Adams, Jackson Ross Giles Adams, 32, have accused a range of related to the import of the drug. After they were briefed, the judge ordered custody, waiting for further hearing. These frequent incidents indicate $1 billion worth of organized drug business is growing in the coastal areas and can cause big trouble for countries near it. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed this video, then give this video a big thumbs up and share it. For more exciting videos, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon. I'll be back with another exciting video soon. Till then, check out our channel for more exciting videos and stay tuned.